Yeah, the enemy playing with me today, and I'm not gonna let him win. I just recorded this whole video and it deleted somehow, but it was so important. It was my raw me seeing it with you guys, so I'm really mad. So now I gotta rewatch it again. So this video is about it's circled around two people that's married, them becoming homeless because of what the pandemic did. I'm so annoyed because I really just recorded this video. Okay, let's start by watch. We about to watch it together again.
We have been evicted for 19 days in the pandemic. So we've been living homeless since. And your socks wet? Okay. I don't know. I just put it some type of way where I just actually be enough comfortable where I feel like I'm in the bed or something.
When I wake up in the morning, I'm sitting in the front seat of my car. Realization sets in, okay, we've been out here all night long. It don't have to be like that. We tried our best to do our part, and the landlord didn't want to compromise with us.
John and Margaret Eady have been living out of their car since they were evicted from their home on September 29th. They said they were unable to make rent after John's hours were reduced at his trucking job.
And we was comfortable. Then here come Mr. Pandemic. Everything just went from comfortable to uncomfortable real fast.
This is me, Margaret Eady, and my husband John. We're being evicted. We just needed a little bit more time in August, and we could have gave her money. We don't, right now, have nowhere to live. We're going to be out homeless.
Let me pause it right there. So I'm gonna just give my commentary on the last clip. So when it comes to the justice system, I really talked about this a lot. They don't really care, and the reason why, and I'm gonna say this is because this is my experience. I've been through this. I literally just went through what they went through, so I can really say what I feel about the justice system. So when it came to my situation, I was in a similar situation as them, except for they really didn't have the money, because he was getting his hours cut. I had the money, but because my job sent my check in the mail, and y'all knew how when the pandemic was going on, like mail was running slow, mail was being lost, and it was just chaotic. So that being said, I asked my landlord, I said, hey, can you please give me time? My check should be here probably no later than a week. They said, okay. So in a week, I go to take my check. It came. I go to take my check to them and they don't accept it. They say, no, I'm taking you to court. And I say, what are you talking about? You just said okay. You was okay with it. They said, no, we take you to court. They would not accept my rent. So I was confused. So basically, when I went to court, the judge, you could tell, was already on her side, their side. And I already felt like it wasn't going to be justice in this situation. I came with the full amount of money, thinking, okay, we're gonna settle this. I can pay the money and it's gonna be done. I'm gonna move on with life. No, that's not what happened. I brought the money and they still did not accept it at court. So then after that, we had to go back to court to make a decision on certain things. Because then they came with another claim about damages, and they never presented evidence, pictures. The pictures that they did present had no damages in the pictures. So I was confused. So then the judge still ruled in their favor. So the system is rigged, in my opinion. And this is not facts. This is all my opinion, YouTube. This is all me. This is for educational purposes only. Do not take everything I say and take it as legal advice, legal anything. This is just for my experience and just for me to show some education on what's going on in the US right now. So let's continue with the video.
So I did everything that I was supposed to do. I tried to go through the declaration, the CDC moratorium, and she won. So this is where we ended up at.
That don't make no damn sense. And it's sad because it's like you damn if you do, you damn if you don't. Like, she tried to go and file something. I did the same thing. I tried to file for help, and they was going to give me some money, which I already had money. They was going to give me some help to stop the appeal on eviction, and the judge still granted them, even with the paperwork, even with, they did not acknowledge the paperwork. They did not care about the paperwork. It didn't matter to them. So we're about to continue with the video.
I'm going to take a look at it.
Yeah, I'm sitting in front of the home right now as we speak.
Okay. And what's your name?
Margaret.
Okay, Margaret. And how soon are you looking to move into a home?
As soon as possible. Right
Okay,
now.
so are you on a lease where you're living at right now?
No, as a matter of fact, we're not. We're actually homeless.
Mm-mm-mm.
Okay. And so where are you currently living?
In our vehicle.
Unfortunately, when we check the court records and see an eviction, unfortunately, we can't help you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
That is so crazy. And that's the thing
Just
that
like
I'll be getting
always.
out. They be telling you that you have to get another place, get out their place, but then they put these evictions on you. They put these evictions on you, and how you supposed to get another place? And you can't get another place for a whole 5 years because evictions stick to your record for 5 years, no matter the situation. I believe that they should have to allow you an explanation, or show if you could prove your rental history that you been paying your rent. You haven't had like damages with proof, then they should consider it. That's why I really want to build my community so that I can buy houses, flip them, make them affordable, and literally hear people out, because this homeless rate is shot up. And I'm gonna put the homeless rate gonna be at the end of this video, and it's crazy. So stay tuned for that. And I'm talking about the US because that's where I'm from. So you call these people, and I've been there before. I've really been there before. You call people and you ask them, what qualifications. You already feel like they're going to say that, but you just try because you don't want to give up. You just try. So you call them and they be like, no, prior evictions, and then you don't hear nothing else because you already know that they're not about to hear you. They're not about to. And that lady on that phone call, she feel like she had no compassion. And I said this when I first recorded it, and I didn't even know that she was going to say this in this following clip.
It's no compassion. And if you hear, she talked about if we check the court record, then they're going to see the eviction and they can't help us. And that's going to be to every property that we go. So I'm going to just go to a totally different realty company because that was Cozy Homes or whatever they call it. Cozy Homes.
Cause her voice was like, "Girl, like, oh, we can't help you." Basically, she didn't like. I feel like in these fields where you dealing with people that got lost, I feel like we need more compassion, loving individuals. Yeah, you might can't do anything. That's a part of your job, but you can at least have compassion when somebody is telling you that they living in a car and they don't want to. So let me get to the second clip. Cause that was ridiculous, y'all. I feel for her.
Just like always.
I almost broke down. Like I'm not trying to get emotional because I know what it feel like when you trying.
So what now? It's no compassion. And if you hear, she talked about if we check the court record, then they're going to see the eviction and they can't help us. And that's going to be to every property that we go. So I'm going to just go to a totally different realty company because that was Cozy Homes or whatever they
That
call it.
is crazy that
Cozy
they had
Homes.
the audacity to name their business Cozy Homes. But what about their experience? Is their experience cozy? Because it didn't really sound like it. Not to me. Um, So she ended up calling another company, and let's hear what they got to say.
I see a property that's listed on Zillow at 127 Burn Street in the city of Hampton.
Yes, ma'am. The qualifications are that you be on your job for a year, not having judgments for rent or collections for utilities. We do check credit, rental history.
Okay. So one of them strikes us out because we have an eviction.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that we're dealing with right now. We're like living in our car.
Oh no.
Yes, ma'am.
You
So
can go to this place.
I know it's going to be another no. This gets so frustrating. And I just got to keep looking because I just can't sit around. I can't sit around in this car all day trying to keep a level head. And then people don't know that they have your lives in their hands. All they got to do is just say yes. Yes, we'll work with you.
Yeah, and that's the thing is too, like, especially these landlords that got um, private properties, they really could work with you. I don't understand that. Like, I respect and I thank God for this one guy. I wish I knew his name. Shout out to him. Back when I was with my abusive kid's father, and he was punching holes in my walls, I had the same issue with the eviction. And I told myself about I never would have this again. So this one guy, he understood my story. I told him my story, and he gave me a chance, and I did not let him down. I did not let him down. I paid my rent every day on time. I always pay my rent on time. This was the first time I ever was late on my rent in my whole life. And people can't say that, but me, truly, I'm very responsible. This was really because of out of my hands. And the thing is, they don't even want to hear why you got an eviction. They don't care. They just that's their rules. I get that they gotta enforce it. At least that last lady, shout out to her. She had a lot more compassion. That was the response I was looking for with the first lady. Like, oh no, like something. She couldn't do nothing for her, but still, at least she had compassion. I think this is the part where we about to get into what this lawyer is saying. I think this is I think this was the Virginia.
In early September, the CDC passed a nationwide eviction moratorium, stating that landlords can't force tenants out of their homes for failure to pay rent, except under certain circumstances. However, in Virginia, eviction hearings have actually increased.
It's
There's
in
been roughly
Virginia.
35,000 of them in the state since the moratorium
But
was
this
enacted.
happening all around.
Many of these renters, like Margaret and John, have nowhere to go.
Hi, this is Phil Story from the Eviction Legal Helpline. I'm an attorney trying to reach you to see if we can answer any questions and provide you with legal advice. Before the pandemic, we were getting probably 5 calls a day. During the pandemic now, we're probably getting...
Okay. He said before the pandemic, they was getting like 5 calls a day. I forget what number he say. I'm about to show y'all the second part, but I forget what number he was saying about the second. It went, basically he's saying it went up after the pandemic. And he is an attorney that helps try to stop the evictions, but basically he explains that it's kind of like out of his hands sometimes, because the judge, one thing people don't understand, the judge can override shit. And normally the judge do override. I'm going to be honest with you, because that's what that judge did with me. They override the documentation, the things that I filed to stop the eviction. They override it. They overruled it. So the filing paperwork, trying to do the right thing, it don't fucking work. It really don't. In my opinion. This is all my opinion. This is just my opinion. This is not facts. This is just my opinion and my experience. And I'm entitled to share my experience with you guys. So after, let me see, this is why I'm mad. My stuff is all out of order now. Okay, let me see. It's all out of order now. Okay, here we go. Is that it?
Phil's story helps tenants like Margaret understand their rights when they're facing an eviction. These days, he's spending a lot of time helping renters navigate the CDC's moratorium, which is supposed to stop most
15 to
evictions
20
until 2021.
calls.
One of the things that surprises
Probably get
people
more now
is
because it
they
went
think that
up.
if the law says someone is protected, that they will actually be protected. And it's not that easy. There's a lot of discretion that judges have around the process, as well as how they
They
interpret
back to
what somebody's
fucking
rights
people
are.
up
You know, a
now.
fair chunk of our callers, if they're eligible for the CDC's protection, it does protect them and they're not being evicted. Another decent-sized chunk, the landlord wants to go ahead anyway, and so you're going to have to probably file something in court and ask a judge to step in.
In court, renters present a form stating that they're protected from eviction under the moratorium. However, Margaret says this didn't help her case.
When I went to court, it was absolutely traumatizing. When I presented the judge the moratorium, he just looked at it. I mean, it was just like it was absolutely nothing to him.
Landlords are far more likely to have lawyers than tenants. So a tenant has to ask a judge to intervene and stop an eviction. And that's difficult. If you're not a lawyer and your landlord shows up with a lawyer, the deck is kind of stacked against you.
Knowing that we really don't have any rights, and being that she's a landlord and she can hire an attorney, and we can't afford to get an attorney, I knew that we were going to end up on the streets.
That is fucking ridiculous. And the reason why I'm saying that's ridiculous, because that is so true. When you going through this thing, a lot of people do not have the money to get a big time lawyer. When you dealing with these big realtor companies that has the money to pay for the top of the line lawyers, you're already fucking screwed. Like, and even when I was trying to call to find a lawyer for my case, every time I was calling, they say, we only defend the landlord. I could not call one place, and I couldn't find one place that defends the tenant. That's why things need to change with the justice system. It really needs to change. So I'm just spreading awareness on this because I ran across this video, and I'm gonna tell you who this video is by, and I'm a probably put this in the clip in the beginning too. This video is by a channel called AJ Plus. AJ Plus. It was posted 2 years ago. I don't know what YouTube be doing with the links. I be trying to put links in. If I can't put the link in, I'ma literally put the channel. It's really AJ Plus. Like it's a simple name. It take you 2 seconds to type it on in. I don't think you can see it, but yeah, it was posted 2 years ago, and shout out to them for doing this documentary because it was very. I didn't show the whole documentary. If you want to watch it, please go to AJ Plus. I don't have rights to this. Uh, I don't have rights to this video. I just was sharing my thoughts on it for educational purposes. Um, and that's what I was doing with this video. So I hope this really, really do open people's eyes when you see people living in a car, when you see people living on the street, when you see people not doing so well that just saying hello and smiling at them can mean the world. Because me, I literally, now that they did this, I could not get a house by myself. The only reason why we got the first house, but when I was going to get the first house, I had to hear no, 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 no 50 times because even before I was evicted, they already had a pending eviction. I didn't even know it was a such thing before we even went to court. So I couldn't even look for a place because when they was looking it up, they was looking my name up. It said pending eviction, and they wouldn't even. They said we gotta wait till you do the court date to see if we can house you or not. So I couldn't even really find a house. This apartment complex that I'm in, that she's in, because I'm not in, but we stayed in, they actually gave me a chance, and I appreciate them. Shout out to them. But now that this happened, I'm in an abusive relationship, and well, I got out of it's hard to like literally separate myself from this abusive relationship because of what they did. This is still be affecting people from 2020. It's still affecting people to today, and I'm one of them. I can still, because of this happening, I still can't get a place. I won't be able to get a place. So I have no choice but to either stay in this abusive relationship, or live in my car. Have no peace, have no peace, or have peace. The skill, is I ain't got no choice but to live in my car. And I don't mind it. I actually, at first, I was very scared because I felt like, oh my God, it's dangerous. But as I started sleeping in my car, I be so at peace. It's the best sleep I ever did get. I'm telling you, it's the best sleep I ever did get. It's not when people were saying that on their vlog, on the car life videos, SUV life videos. I was I was like, okay, I know you probably saying that to gas yourself up, but now I see it really is a real thing. And thank you for bearing with me on this video. I was so frustrated because I really just filmed this video and I just did not want to forget things that I was saying. And all of a sudden, I went to put my video on the computer. It was there. I put it in my editor. I went to go get my clips for the video. I come back to the editor to re-upload my video, and it says media not found. I don't know what happened because I never went back to my camera. I had the clips on my phone. So I was confused. How did the enemy was trying to stop me? Because I don't know how my those two videos literally disappeared. Nothing else disappeared. Those gonna say, you know what, I'm not gonna record this over. But I feel like it needs to be presented because it's too much homelessness in the US and nobody's doing nothing about it. It's so freaking ridiculous what people are going through right now. And if you are in this situation, I'm sending you nothing but love and light and positivity. Please keep your mental health together. Please, please get help if you need to. And if you need to talk to somebody, you can always write me in the comments because I have nothing better to do. you know. And people be like, well, Lyrics, you could just go to work. Every time I go to work now, because of the energy that's everybody is stressed, everybody depressed, it makes me depressed. It's not really good for my mental health. I'm an empath. I'm very, very super empath. I can feel energy crazy. And if it's too much energy, I can't, it's hard to, I know it's not my energy, but it still really is heavy on my heart and I refuse. Plus I want to be free. I want to travel. I want to do things. And if I got to take the struggle road, then that's the road that I'm willing to take than to do something and conform that I don't want to do. You guys, I love you all. Please subscribe. Please help this channel grow. Help your sister grow. Like this video, hit that subscribe button, and share it with your friends or someone that's going through for encouragement. Know that it will get better and it's going to get better. This is just temporary. If you're going through this, please don't make a final decision for a temporary situation. You guys, you are in my prayers. Please keep me in your prayers because now I have nowhere to go and our kids live with her, so I gotta constantly deal with her. I could have, if I would have had my own place, I would have literally been able to spend time with my kids at my own place and they just come and visit their other parent. But because of this, I have to come to her place. So please pray for my mental health because she did some sketchy stuff today. She threw away my hot sauce. She threw away my tea. If anybody know me, I love hot sauce and I love drinking tea. Last night, I thought your girl thought I was gonna be good and about to get me a cup of tea. You know how it is when you drink something hot when you in the car. Man, I went to look for my tea. She threw it away. And I had the big box. And if y'all know, the big box of tea that lasts you a long time costs a lot of money. So I was really mad. Then I had to walk in the rain this morning to go get this little bottle of hot sauce because I eat Chef Boyardee still. But, people hate Chef Boyardee. But if you spice it up, put you some cheese, some hot sauce in it, I'm telling you, that's the way to go. Try it. Don't knock it till you try it. But so I had to go walk and get me some and some more batteries because somehow my batteries came up missing. So that being said, you guys take care. Peace.